I want to talk about something called the Territory Reservation Program. Something brand new that we just started because we were running into trouble. In the past, the way it would work was this. To open a CTC, you had to complete Gracie Combatives, score 95 or higher, right? Get some sparring in, get some master cycle in, and then pursue your blue belt. And then at that point, you apply, but the prerequisite of 95 or higher to even apply for the Instructor Certification Program, which is a 60-day online course, and then you come here for the live evaluation. You had to do that before you opened your CTC, which is when you would reserve a territory to operate your CTC, your school in. That made many challenges because people in the same territory would be pursuing the same dream, and one guy would pop his head up and complete that process first, get certified, open the school, and then the guy who's been working this whole time from his house in his Gracie garage, learning Gracie Combatives, Gracie Bullyproof, that guy or girl couldn't do it now because that territory gets locked up because we give every CTC an exclusive territory in which to operate, which is a 10-mile diameter, 5-mile radius in every direction. So hearts were broken, you guys, because of the delayed territory attribution process. So we created a new program called the Territory Reservation Program. And the way it works is anyone who wants to one day establish a CTC, meaning you're very new, absolutely falling in love with Jiu-Jitsu, but you're early in your Gracie Combatives career, or you're a black belt who is just frustrated by how things are going and you're ready to make the transition to a more systematic approach to Jiu-Jitsu, either one of the people on the spectrum can reserve a territory now through this new process. You can reserve it before all the instructor certification, all the Gracie Combatives, right, finalization and training takes place. The way it works is you submit the inquiry. There's a red button here. This is a website, and I'll talk to you more about specifically where this is, but the way it works is this. You submit an inquiry. Would you get your name, your information, some detailed background on you, your training background, what extensive, where you've been, what you trained, everything we need to know, the basic questionnaire. Submit that and your territory. And even if you don't own a school, you put the zip code of where you're thinking about opening a school. And then we get it. And then we do a process. And this is Vancouver, Canada, right now. There's Vancouver, Canada, the normal map, and there's Vancouver, Canada, the TRP, Territory Reservation Program map. These are four separate inquiries from people who are contemplating opening CTCs in Vancouver. So what we do is we take your inquiry, we give it a circle, and we make sure that it does not encroach on the territory of an existing CTC, that we keep that bubble, we keep you guys safely away from one another. That's the main thing we have to check for. And we have to check to make sure there's no other person in the pipeline who's applying for the same territory. So once we verify that your territory is available, then we respond to you and we let you know that your territory is on temporary reserve and that you can go into full reserve for by submitting a full territory reservation TRP application. So first is the inquiry. That's just the feeler. That's free, and that's you just say, hey, what's up over there? How does this work? How's it going to go? Then there's the TRP application where you say, hey, I'm ready to lock down this territory and begin the 12-month learning of Gracie Combatives and the online instructor course and all the processes for the actual certification of an instructor. I'll begin that once I lock in my territory and I have that more secure. So what happens is everyone on this map, green means certified training center. Yellow, all the yellow pins are reserved territories of people who are in the process of going through the instructor certification program and all the learning material they have to cover there. So the way it works is at that moment when you say, yes, I want to reserve my territory, you pay the ICP, the instructor certification course fee, which is $1,600, okay? So you pay the ICP fee, which previously you would only pay when you're ready to do the ICP and you're ready to open your CTC way later. Now we're saying, hey, you pay this ICP fee now, $1,600. Not only does that cover you all the way through to the ICP, that you're actually prepaying that, but we're gonna lock your territory for 12 months while you learn the material for the instructor certification process. So if you're a purple belt, let's just say, and you've been training BJJ at another school or whatever, and you want to open a CTC, great. So now you prepay, you lock the territory, it's on the map, there's your dot, and it looks like this. If someone clicks on it, it pops up. Next Level Martial Arts, just contemplate the name of your school. This is in Gilbert, Arizona, and they're contemplating, so they're there. They exist, but they're not a CTC yet. So you're prepaying for the ICP, $1,600. What it gives you is 12-month reservation on your territory. It gives you Gracie Combatives and Gracie Bullyproof curriculum access for free. We include that with the TRP fee. So otherwise, you would have to buy the Gracie Combatives, buy Gracie Bullyproof, and then pay for the ICP fee later. Now we're just saying, look, if you commit to the process, we're going to hook you up with the curriculum to learn, and then you have 12 months to learn and study that material, which is sufficient. If you dedicate and you get down and get together, it's more than sufficient for people who put in the time regularly. And you complete that 12 months. At the end of the 12 months, by then, you will have to have completed and passed Gracie Combatives with a 95 or higher. And at that point, you initiate the online instructor course, which is a 60-day online course. And that's where you learn how to teach Jiu-Jitsu, okay? 100%, all the teaching methodologies, everything goes down. At the end of the teaching of Jiu-Jitsu, learning all the teaching methodologies, you submit 5 videos demonstrating proficiency in those teaching methodologies that you learned in those 60 days. And at that point, if those videos demonstrate those teaching skills at a high level, you come to California for the live evaluation. And once you graduate from that, that's when you open your certified training center. So there's several layers of what needs to be done here, but it's very clear. And all I'm trying to point out now is that reserving your territory covers you all the way through, okay? Provided that you pass those milestones, and they're all in much greater detail on our website. But here's one crazy story I want to tell you about. So this is in Gilbert, Arizona. When you zoom in on this pin, when you zoom in, look at this. There are 2 pins in Gilbert, Arizona that are yellow. There's a green one that's further out, but 2 yellow pins in Gilbert, Arizona. Here's what happened, you guys. We got 2 territory applications, legit. $1,600, reserve the territory, fee paid, I'm going all the way, applications from Gilbert, Arizona on the exact same day. This is very important for you to understand. It wasn't that we had a CTC and then someone else applied and that was the conflict. We had 2 on the same day in the same city in Arizona, 1 black belt and 1 blue belt. 2 great guys and like has all the great intentions. I want to learn. I love the program center. I visited a CTC. I love what they're doing and I'm on board. We're in 100%. I was like, this has never happened before. So I said to the guys, I said, bro, here's the deal. This has never happened. Normally, whoever locks it up first gets the reserve, and that's it. They were about 4.7 miles away, just under 5 miles away from each other, give or take. And I said, guys, here's the deal. You guys both applied the same day. Are you both okay with both of you coexisting on opposite ends of the city? North and South Gilbert, Arizona. And they both said yes. So there they are. Both reserved for the next 12 months. Now they're deep underway learning Gracie Combatives and Gracie Bullyproof. And then they're going to come through ICP. Once they finish this process, they test out of Gracie Combatives. That can be done online, or it can be done at a CTC. They test out of Gracie Combatives. Then they work into the master cycle. They do some online instructor course, and then come here for the live evaluation, at which point we check them on everything. So this went down, you guys, and all I give is this. Let this be kind of a fair warning to the territory considerations that go down here. If you're already a CTC, we protect the territory. If you're not a CTC and you're like, oh, one day I might, all I can say is this. You don't want to be part of this equation, and you definitely don't want to be part of the equation that by the time you pop your head up and decide you want to do this, there's already a yellow pin in your territory. Because if there's a yellow pin, that's it, it's done. That territory is gone forever. As long as they become a CTC and they do good work, they're never going to be pulled off the map. And they're going to have their radius, and you're never going to be able to encroach. So territory is a real thing, and submitting that inquiry is the most important step early on to make sure that you're not blocked out of a territory. There will be a CTC, Gracie University CTC, in every city around the world. We're coming. Every single one. This is going to be it, because this information, this programs of jiu-jitsu are too valuable and effective to not be offered to every person on the planet. So we're coming. The only question is, in your city, who's going to run the CTC?